Good evening, everyone. The Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference basketball schedule tips off with most teams in action. NMU opened the league campaign against the Walsh Cavaliers. We'll start with the women, who had a 29-27 lead at the half. To the third we go, and the inbounds pass goes to Taylor Hodell to Darby Youngstrom, and she gets position underneath for the layup, and that was the first basket of the second half, so 31-27 Cats. Chloe Tompkins, Sydney Dillinger, quickly to Bree Gasparovich, and that's Bree for three. And the Wildcats were up by 9 at 45-36. Coach Mattson's group had a nice advantage going into the fourth quarter. And Jessica Schultz will get the layup here, 56-47. And Bree Gasparovich would decide to start, and bounce that one in. Wildcats up 11, and NMU would go on for a 17-point victory, 68-51.
It's a big win for us to get started this way. Walsh was one of the premier teams in our region last year. They returned just about every player except for one from last year. And for us to come out and be that dominant in the second half and show our power was really impressive, I thought.
I knew that we had a little bit of a lead, so I knew we had to just keep adding on to it and pull away and just being tougher than the other team.
The Wildcats return to action next Thursday on the road at Ohio Dominican. Walsh, meanwhile, travels to Michigan Tech on Saturday. To the men's contest, Bill Saul trying to get a league victory to start things off, and Isaiah Johnson, to Parkins native, not to mention Mid-Peninsula grad Brett Brandstrom off the glass for two, the first basket of the game. Then Isaiah Johnson will take matters into his own hands and uses the window as well. Wildcats up 10-7. And they would expand on that a little bit as Naba Eccles will take the pass, lines it up from the top of the key and knocks it down. 13-7 NMU. Unfortunately, it would not stay that way. Sam Taylor led the Wildcats with 16 points, but the Cavaliers ended up shooting 62% from the floor for the entire game, and Walsh stayed undefeated overall, 97-77. On the GLIAC scoreboard, the Ashland men outscored Lake Superior State 95-87 despite Akemji Williams putting in 30 for the Lakers. The Ashland women won a lot easier, 94-66. Big Ten ACC Challenge, or if you want to say the ACC Big Ten Challenge, Michigan defeated Georgia Tech 92-52. First time these two teams have met, maybe the last time at that rate. High school girls basketball, Lance 56, Lakeland and Hubble 32. Barriga 9 better than you in Trout Creek, 45-36. Rudyard 59, Brimley 55, and Oconto Falls spoiled Menominee's opener 37-22. There was one other game, Escanaba, its season opener against Marinette, who had already played 3 games. And that is Lexi Schuyler with the 3. She had 23, and Escanaba with a 5-0 lead. Then Maddie Toit to Savannah Barron. That jumper's good, 11-1 Eskimos. And Jenny Brandt took care of business on the defensive end, and Escanaba led by 16 at the half and cruised to the victory, 69-38. The Eskimos host Sault Ste. Marie on Saturday. NCAA volleyball, you're probably wondering why I'm mentioning this. Tournament is underway. Oregon over Miami of Ohio 3-1, and Michigan over American 3-0. Oregon will play Michigan. This is in Ann Arbor tomorrow. Oregon's coach, 1993 NMU national champion coach Jim Moore. Michigan's coach, 1994 NMU national champion coach Mark Rosen. I think they've met before. They will meet again tomorrow in Ann Arbor. High school hockey, Lance, Negaunee. First period tied at 2, and the next thing you know, Neil Violetta is going to clang it off the post. Same sequence, and Trevor Borlace to Shane Ring in traffic, and the puck did go into the net before it went off the peg. Miners lead 3-2 at 13:33. Less than a minute later on the power play, Jackson Valona, Trevor Borlace, Eric Bosco begging for the puck on the doorstep, and he scores 4-2 after 1. The Miners outshot Lance 34-15 in the first period, and I don't think the coaching staff was happy. To the second, Trevor Borlace added again. Deeks, the goalie, puts that one home. 5-2 Maize and Blue at 4:39. Purple Hornets respond After Negaunee had trouble clearing the puck, Ethan Pattison to Gavin Mattson. And that one's good. Lots within 2, but Lots would not score again, and Negaunee went on to win 8-3. Also in high school hockey, Kingsford and Jeffers played to a tie at 5. The Jets scored the last 3 goals to force the OT. And in Big Ten hockey, ouch, Penn State over Michigan 6-1. It's by far the biggest college hockey series in the Upper Peninsula in the first half of the season. The second-place Michigan Tech Huskies host first-place Bemidji State tomorrow and Saturday. The Huskies trail the Beavers by 8 points in the league standings, but a sweep would change that in a hurry. Bemidji proved it's beatable after getting swept by previously winless Princeton last weekend. Huskies head coach Mel Pearson says one key is keeping the puck in the Beavers' offensive zone.
They've got good talent. They had good talent last year. Their team has done a great job allowing the goals against, and it starts with their goaltender Bitzer. From the net out, they're very solid. I know they've had a few young guys come in on the blue line and play extremely well for them. And then up front, they're as good as anybody in our league with their forwards. They spend not much time in their own defensive zone. I think that's one of the keys to their game.
One of the loudest ones for sure so far that I've seen. So I think it just really gets everybody fired up, and so it's always great playing in front of a home crowd. So I would say that's plays a huge part in our success at home.
Face-off tomorrow and Saturday from the McGinnis Student Ice Arena at 7:07 p.m. The Toys for Tots Teddy Bear Toss is tomorrow night at the Tech game, and you can bring a non-perishable food item to Saturday's contest for the Salvation Army's food drive. NMU is in the 49th state to face the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, and Lake Superior State entertains Bowling Green this weekend. You just saw him. Michigan Tech freshman goaltender Angus Redmond has been named the WCHA Rookie of the Month for November. Redmond was between the pipes for all 8 games in November and helped Michigan Tech to an NCAA best 6 wins, going 6-1-1, good for a tie for 3rd nationally. The freshman from Langley, British Columbia is 2nd in the league and 6th in the country, and tops among rookies, by the way, with a 1.48 goals against average. Redmond allowed only 12 goals in his 485 minutes and 59 seconds in the net, while posting 156 saves. He allowed 1 goal in 5 of the 8 games and 2 or fewer in 7 of the efforts. Former Upper Peninsula High School football player has been named to the Mid-American Conference 2nd team on defense. St. Ignace's Joe Ostman earns the berth. He's a junior defensive end who ranks 3rd on the team with 64 tackles. Ostman leads the Chippewas in both sacks, 9, and tackles for loss, 13.5. That's 2nd and 6th, respectively, in those league categories. Western Michigan University wide receiver Corey Davis is the Offensive Player of the Year, and Broncos coach P.J. Fleck is the Coach of the Year. And don't forget, all kinds of information is available on our website at uppermichigansource.com. And congratulations to Finlandia University's Phil Milbrath. He has now been elevated to the Assistant Athletic Director position with the Lions. He's been with the football team for a couple seasons.
Very nice. All right. Did he play for Norway, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Oh, very, very good.
I remember how good he was.
And Michigan Tech, yes.
Right. It's okay.
A great memory, Greg.
Goes back
Nice
years.
job.
I remember those highlights from back then.
Nice job, Greg.
All right. Thanks, Mike.